You can be smart, you can work hard, your income can even look decent on paper, and still your bank account feels like it's running away from you. The thing is, it's not just about discipline or being bad with money. You're operating inside a set of invisible systems that were here before you. Think of money like a game where nobody showed you the rulebook, but you're still being scored. In this video, you'll learn 7 hidden systems that quietly control your balance, including one that literally uses your own brain against you. Let's check the one by one. System 1. The Paycheck Rhythm Trap. Let's start with the first invisible system, the Paycheck Rhythm Trap. Most people don't realize their money behavior runs on a rhythm, not a budget, a rhythm. When cash lands, spending spikes. As the days pass, spending slows, stress rises, and by the end of the cycle, you're in drought mode. That's what I mean by event-based spending. Your choices sync to the event of getting paid, not to what you actually need over the next 30, 60, 90 days. Companies know this. Bill due dates, subscription renewals, and payment plans are often set near common pay periods. The system is designed so that as soon as money hits, a chunk is already spoken for. You copy that pattern without thinking. Here's the problem. You start treating variable expenses like food, fun, rides, random online buys as if they reset every paycheck. Fresh money feels like a clean slate, so you loosen up. There's a name for this: fresh money bias. New money feels less real and more spendable than the balance that's been sitting there. So your brain says, I just got paid, I can grab this, I deserve that. And you forget that car repairs, gifts, travel, and slow months don't follow the paycheck rhythm at all. This rhythm kills saving for big goals and wrecks you if your income is irregular. One high month and you expand your lifestyle. The next low month, you're scrambling, wondering where it all went. The fix is to break that automatic sync between money arrived and money is available. You do that with delayed allocation. Instead of treating new cash as spendable, you route it into holding zones first: bills, future you, irregular expenses. You wait a day or two before making big choices. That short delay cuts the emotional spike and forces you to think in months, not paychecks. Once you stop letting payday dictate your behavior, your cash flow stops feeling like a roller coaster and starts looking like a plan. System 2. Lifestyle lock-in, fixed cost creep. Now, even if you fix the paycheck rhythm, there's a second system working against you: lifestyle lock-in. Every time you upgrade your life in a permanent way, you lose a bit of freedom. Higher rent, nicer car, more subscriptions, longer contracts. It all feels normal, even deserved, but every yes hardens into a fixed bill. These fixed costs quietly turn into a cage. The system is simple, man. When your income goes up, you don't feel richer for long because most of the extra gets locked into ongoing obligations. You get a raise or you have one great month. Instead of building a buffer, you sign a lease, upgrade your phone plan, add 2 new recurring apps, and now your baseline cost of existing is higher forever. This is the ratchet effect. Lifestyle ratchets up easily and almost never comes down. The reason it's so sticky is emotional. Cutting back doesn't just mean spending less, it feels like failure. Moving to a cheaper place feels like going backwards. Canceling things feels like admitting you overreached, so you avoid it. That's how you end up with a decent income that still feels tight and fragile. A few bad weeks and suddenly you're stressed, not because you don't make money, but because your locked-in costs don't care how your month went. To fight this system, you need one hard rule: cap your fixed costs as a percentage of your average income, not your best month. Then, make upgrades temporary or reversible. Month to month where you can. Trial periods instead of instant commitment. Lifestyle treats as one-offs, not new baselines. When you treat lifestyle upgrades like experiments, not permanent identity statements, you keep your flexibility and your safety margin. System 3. The attention hijack economy. Cognitive bandwidth drain. The third system doesn't come from your bank. It comes from your attention. Your financial choices run on the fuel of focus and mental energy, and right now your attention is being sold to the highest bidder. Every feed, every ad, every recommendation engine is tuned to trigger impulse. The goal is simple: keep you scrolling and make you say yes without thinking too hard. Now think about how your day really goes. Early in the morning, you can resist temptation. You say no, you plan, you think, but after a full day of work, messages, decisions, and stress, your brain is cooked. That's when the screw it purchases happen. This is decision fatigue. The more choices you've already made, the more your brain leans on defaults. And the default the system offers you is simple: buy, upgrade, order in, one click, tap to confirm. In that state, your brain can't run long-term trade-off calculations. It can't simulate, if I do this 3 times a week for a year, what happens? It just feels the short-term relief of comfort, convenience, or status. That's the hidden cost of the attention hijack economy. Every tired scroll session becomes a small tax on your bank account. Not one giant mistake, but a steady drip of unplanned orders, upgrades, and why not spending. So how do you fight a system that lives in your phone and your habits? You don't rely on willpower. You install friction and defaults of your own. Friction zones are simple. You add tiny speed bumps before money can leave. No cards saved on shopping sites. A 24-hour rule for non-essential buys. Separate accounts so your main spending card only holds a fixed weekly amount. Then you create default rules for common moments. For example, after 8 p.m., no financial decisions. Or food delivery only once a week, pre-chosen, not in the moment. You're not trying to be a monk. You're trying to protect your limited bandwidth from a system built to drain it. Once you see attention as a financial resource, you stop treating late-night scrolling as harmless, and your balance starts to show it. System 4, the social benchmark engine, status and comparison. Now let's talk about the system that lives in your head every time you open your phone, the social benchmark engine. Your brain doesn't decide what's normal in a vacuum. It uses other people as a reference point. That worked fine when your comparison group was a few neighbors and coworkers. Now your village is thousands of people beamed into your screen, selected by algorithms to show you the most extreme, polished moments of their lives. You're not seeing real averages. You're seeing highlight reels, trips, fashion, gadgets, nights out, the best angles, the best days. And most of the time, you're not seeing the bill, the debt, or the stress behind it. That creates a dangerous gap. Visible flex versus invisible cost. Your brain quietly updates its settings. Everyone travels like this. Everyone eats out this often. Everyone has this level of tech, this type of place, this kind of car. Status anxiety kicks in. You start to feel, if I don't keep up, I'm behind. I look like I'm failing. That pressure nudges you into upgrades you can't actually sustain. The trap phrase here is, I'm not doing that bad. You see someone your age spending more, living bigger, and you think, if they can do it, I can do it. That becomes a permission slip. You don't know their income, their parents' help, their debt, or how close they are to collapse. But your brain doesn't care. Platforms supercharge this because content that flashes lifestyle and consumption gets more clicks, comments, and watch time. The algorithm's job is not to keep you financially safe. It's to keep you engaged, so you need a different benchmark system. Instead of asking, how do I compare to them? You ask, how do I compare to my own clear metrics? Define your own scoreboard. Savings rate, months of expenses saved, debt going down, income streams growing, fixed costs capped. When your brain wants to compare, point it to those numbers. Did your buffer grow this month? Did your locked-in costs shrink? That's progress, even if nobody claps for it online. The more you anchor to personal metrics instead of social ones, the less control this benchmark engine has over your wallet. System 5, the present bias clock, now versus future you. The next system runs on time, not just money, the present bias clock. Your brain is wired to heavily favor right now over later. A small hit of pleasure today almost always beats a bigger benefit tomorrow. Think about a simple trade, $20 to spend tonight or $40 a month from now. On paper, the choice is obvious. In real life, most people lean toward now. That's present bias. This shows up everywhere in money. You skip saving because I'll start next month. You delay paying off debt because the extra cash feels better in your account today. You ignore building a buffer because the risk feels far away, until it isn't. Underneath this is another idea. Your future self feels like a stranger. It's hard to sacrifice for someone you don't feel connected to. Future you is this vague person who will magically be more disciplined, earn more, and deal with the mess. So you outsource problems to them. Systems like buy now, pay later, easy credit, and long payment plans weaponize this bias. They take the pain of paying and push it forward. Just a small monthly payment, don't worry about it. In that moment, present you gets the reward and future you gets the bill, with interest. The quiet cost is huge. You're not just paying extra money in interest and fees, you're giving up options, the ability to say no to a bad job, to handle an emergency without panic, to move fast when a good opportunity shows up. To beat present bias, you don't argue with your brain. You route around it. The move is to automate future you payments before the money even hits your day-to-day spending. When income comes in, a slice jumps straight to savings, debt payoff, or a buffer account, without you deciding in the moment. The decision already happened once when you weren't tempted. You can start tiny, 2 to 5% automatically going to future you. The amount matters less than the system. Over time, you train your brain to see those transfers not as a loss, but as rent you pay to your future self for not leaving them in chaos. System 6. The complexity shield. Confusion as a business model. The sixth system hides in plain sight: complexity. Whenever something feels too confusing, your brain has two default moves: trust someone else or do nothing. Both are profitable for certain businesses. Think about how often money products come wrapped in jargon, fine print, and 30-page documents. The goal isn't to help you understand, it's to overwhelm you just enough that you stop asking questions. Here's the mechanism. If you can't clearly see the downside, you subconsciously shrink it. You assume it can't be that bad, and you sign, click, or ignore. That's how confusing fees, layered products, and bundled services drain you. You get a free feature attached to an account that quietly charges a monthly fee. You accept a slightly worse interest rate because the comparison table is a maze. You stick with a bad deal because switching looks like homework. Confusion breeds procrastination. You tell yourself, I'll deal with it later. I'll research it when I have time. Later rarely comes. Meanwhile, the meter is running. This is how money leaks. Not through dramatic mistakes, but through years of tolerating terms you never fully understood. To fight this, you need a personal rule. Only use financial tools you can explain in 1 or 2 simple sentences. If you can't say, I put money here, they do this, I pay this, I get that. In clear language, you don't understand it well enough to trust it with your income. That doesn't mean avoid everything complex forever. It means you slow down, ask questions, and simplify until it's clear. If a person or company can't explain it simply, that's data. The system profits when you feel dumb and check out. You win when you insist on clarity, even if it's slightly annoying in the moment. System 7. The emotion-driven money script: identity and narrative. The last system is the one running inside your own head: your money script. A money script is the short internal line you repeat about who you are with money. Stuff like, I'm just bad with money. I'm a spender. I'm a hustler. Money always disappears on me. Those lines sound harmless, but they act like code. Your identity drives your choices more than your logic. If your script says, I'm always broke, your brain looks for ways to prove it right. A lot of these scripts come from childhood patterns: seeing chaos, scarcity, fighting over bills, or never talking about money at all. You pick up beliefs long before you ever see a paycheck. Then shame shows up. You feel behind, so you avoid opening bills. You don't check your balance. You delay tracking because you're scared of what you'll see. Avoidance becomes a habit. This is the system that uses your own brain against you. Every bad outcome reinforces the story, and the story drives more of the same behavior. To break it, you don't jump to, I'm a money genius. You shift the script to, I run a system. You're not the problem, the system is. Your job is to install better systems and follow them. Start tiny. One bill you face instead of ignore, one weekly money check-in, one automatic transfer. Every small win is a vote for the new script. Integration, how these systems interlock. Now step back and look at the whole board. These 7 systems don't hit you one by one, they stack. You see Flex Online, your social benchmark engine fires, you upgrade your lifestyle. That upgrade locks into fixed costs. Those costs force you into the paycheck rhythm trap, where fresh money vanishes fast. Present bias then pushes saving and debt payoff to later. Complexity makes you delay fixing bad terms. Attention hijacks turn stress into impulse spending. Your old money script quietly says, "This is just who I am." You're not undisciplined. You're reacting to layered incentives and defaults. The countermove is to build your own simple money system that overrides these by design. Pick one system and one rule to install this week. A fixed cost cap, a 24-hour rule, an automatic transfer, a weekly money check-in. Small, boring rules are how you start decoding and then rewriting your personal financial architecture. The key idea is this. Once you see the hidden systems, your job is to stop playing blindly and start playing deliberately. You're not just trying to save money. You're decoding the hidden rules and redesigning them for leverage. Drop a comment with the system that hit you hardest and the one rule you'll install first. Like Nassim Taleb said, the 3 most harmful addictions are heroin, carbohydrates, and a monthly salary. Start building the systems today that let your money work even when you're not.
See you in the next one.